and establish your meditative seat. The first thing I'd like you to do is I'd like you to consider that life is beautiful. All life is absolutely miraculous and beautiful. This meditation is going to bring us closer to the source of all creation in life. And we're going to start with ourselves because we are all a part of creation. Just as much as the ocean has waves, this universe has you. It has blades of grass, it has trees and birds. All coming from that great mystery, abiding, thriving in that great mystery, and then returning to it. That you are a part of it. So in your own way, contemplate that. Consider that. And from here, we're going to do 15 to 20 very slow, delicate, quiet Ujjayi breaths. So very slowly begin to lengthen and deepen your breath. Now we don't want it to be too audible, too loud, because it might have a more fiery effect to it. We don't really want to use the breath to ignite. We want to use the breath to just center us. Noticing the whisper, the slight contraction at the back of the throat. Where the back of the throat and the nasal pharynx join. Allow your breath to be intimate, partnering with your breath here. As it moves from the nasal passage down, you notice it starts to fill up the belly, expand the ribs. So you might find yourself posturing to allow that breath to be more complete. Now from here, as you continue to take these breath cycles, move into what's called a 1 to 2 breathing pattern. 1 to 2 breathing is if you're inhaling for a count of 4, you're exhaling for a count of 8, and at the end of that exhale, ever so subtle, you're just going to pull the navel back like you're trying to button one more link on your belt and insert a pause there as long as your inhale. So it's a 1 to 2 to 1 breath. There's no need to suck the stomach too far in, just enough of attention as you exhale, multiple of 2. Pull the belly back a little bit and pause. Starting to stir up and to awaken Shakti, Kundalini Shakti. you can also, ever so subtly, contract the perineum, which is the muscle at the floor of the pelvis, on the retention. One to 2 to 1, with a slight drawback of the abdomen and a potential engagement of the perineum, the muscle at the floor of your pelvis. Continue to follow the core of your breath as it moves from the nostrils down the central channel of your body. And as you breathe out and pull the navel back on the pause, allowing your attention to collect in the abdomen, the floor of the pelvis. One more layered technique. As you inhale, allow attention to move from the heart down to the pelvic floor, maintaining it there as you pause, drawing the navel, squeezing the perineum. And as the breath leaves your body, attention rises back up from the floor of your pelvis to your heart. Please take 2 more cycles of breath. And release your breath. Allow it to return to its involuntary state. Begin to notice any shifts in the core of your body. Now we're less concerned with any shifts and more concerned with the part of us that's aware of the shifts. Now the next stage of the meditation is going to be Kapalabhati breathing, coupled with a breath retention. So please, Kapalabhati. Establish a rhythm that you're comfortable with. The spine is tall. Always checking into the crown of the head, making sure she's over the base of your spine. From here, I'll have you exhale everything out. Bend the right elbow and block the right nostril. Breathe in deep through your left nostril. Block both. You want to tuck your chin down, lift your chest up to meet your chin, and allow that energy, the breath, the prana, to collect in the abdomen center. Keep pulling the spine tall, lifting up the collarbones, tucking down the chin, and then we'll exhale through the right nostril. Breathe everything out. It's best to lift the head upright again as you breathe out. Inhale through the right. Block both nostrils. Again, the chest lifts, the chin drops down. It's called Jalandhara Bandha. Energy, breath, awareness into the abdomen. Pulsation, vibration. Aware of any shifts occurring in that region. And we'll exhale through the left, lifting up the head. Make sure it's all out. And as you release your hand to your thigh, take a breath in through both nostrils. And then exhale. And we'll do that 2 more times. A little bit more Kapalabhati, a little bit longer. Now, if there's a place within your awareness or in your body that feels a little stagnant, as you practice Kapalabhati, bring your attention to it. Allow prana to move to wherever in the body you might feel stuck. And then exhale everything out. Bend the right, block the right, inhale deep through the left. Remember to block both nostrils by lifting the chest and dropping the chin down, establishing what's called a bandha. A bandha in Sanskrit means a lock, but like the lock on a river, where as you tuck your chin, the energy is collecting. You're not restricting it. You're creating a bandha so it can collect in the belly and then exhale through the right when you need to and you have to. Deep breath in through the right, filling your body up. Tuck the chin down, block both nostrils. Vibration, energy, awareness in the abdomen center. And then we'll exhale through the left. Head coming upright. Hand releases to the thigh. Deep breath in through both. And then exhale. Practice that 1 more time. Kapalabhati. Now you can also see a bolt of white light rising from the sacrum up to the crown of your head each time you exhale. Exhale everything out, in through the left. And have to out to the right. Now, as you breathe in through the right and you feel the energy building, to keep it in the belly, you keep lengthening your spine upright. As you release the breath, release your hand, breathe in and out through both. Now the next stage of the meditation is what's called prana dharana. Dharana in Sanskrit means concentration, and prana is the energy that travels on the breath. So you bring your attention to the rings of your nostrils. And what you might notice after that breathing pattern, that your breath is quiet, it's almost non-existent. So you might have to invest another moment or two and let your breath settle. You want it to be as quiet and as subtle as possible. And once you start to notice the rhythm of your in and out, allow your attention to move in through both nostrils when your body naturally breathes in, collecting at the midbrain. Now, to establish the midbrain, curl your tongue into the roof of your mouth, where the hard palate meets the soft palate. You can feel it kind of shift from soft to hard or hard to soft. And then take your right hand to the fontanelle, the top of your head. And you push down with the same pressure your tongue is pushing up with. Somewhere between those 2 points is the midbrain. Once you've established that, release your hand. Prana dharana, your natural breath, and your attention riding it from the rings of your nostrils to the midbrain as you inhale, and from the midbrain out through the nostrils. You may begin to experience a sense of illumination in that space, color, shape, whatever's there, enlivening it, awakening it. But again, prana is something that can be observed. Energy is observed. So we're creating a concentration to increase and internalize prana, but also to be aware of it. Watch it from the seat of conscious awareness, which is surrounding the midbrain, kind of behind it. Like if there were a big raindrop above you, looking down into the midbrain. From the midbrain, straight down to the floor of the pelvis, is said to be a central channel called Sushumna Nadi. I mean, it's somewhat associated with the spine, but it's not subject to space and time. It's energy. So it can be anywhere within that region. Some traditions depict it as like a very thin thread, like the filament on a light bulb. Now, the first stage of our chakra cleansing is to allow that prana that you collected in the midbrain, as your body inhales, it moves down to the pelvic floor, and there, as your body exhales, it spreads and pierces the root chakra. As your body inhales, consciousness descends. As your body exhales, it spreads. Like when a raindrop hits the ground, it spreads. The breath is quiet. You're not creating a breath now. It's involuntary. It's happening. as your body naturally breathes in, from the midbrain to the pelvic floor. And as you breathe out, it spreads consciousness around that region. It's important to keep your breath involuntary for this particular meditation. Midbrain, straight down Sushumna as you inhale. Consciousness, prana, piercing the root chakra as you exhale. Move your attention now to just the top of the sacrum. As your body inhales from the midbrain down to just at the top of your sacrum, at your spine. And allow your attention to spread there as you exhale. Descending and spreading. Allow your attention now to rise to about the level of your navel at your spine. It's here that you see an almond-shaped golden flame at the spine. Now that flame is casting light and illuminating your entire abdomen. As your body breathes in, midbrain to the flame in the navel center. As your body breathes out, it illuminates that whole region. Golden, almond-shaped flame. Behind the navel at the spine. Prana descends as you inhale, and that light spreads as you exhale. The flame rises now to behind your heart. Midbrain to heart space. Golden, almond-shaped flame at the heart. Behind the sternum, just in front of the spine. See the flame now in your throat, the back of the throat, along that thin Sushumna thread, from midbrain to back of throat as you inhale. As you exhale, that light illuminates that region. See the flame in the midbrain now. As your body breathes in, prana is entering the midbrain from all directions. And as your body breathes out, it expands. See the flame in the midbrain. And the flame rises now to the crown of your head. And it's here where the space all around us is lit with the flame's effulgence and light. Allow the crown of your head to soften and open. Illuminating the space all around us into waves of beauty and bliss, sound, vibration. Continue dissolving into light and sound all around you. that space all around us is the space that we fall back into. When we notice any disturbance inside of us, we relax back into it. And give the disturbance the space to move through what it has to. Ask you guys to rub your hands together. Place the heat over your eyes and open your eyes into the heat. Let the heat come into the back of your head. Look up, left, right around. And then rub your eyes open. And a little open eye meditation. Ooh, baby, huh? In open eye meditation, you want to settle all of your senses. Let your eyes kind of settle. And the eyeballs themselves are you want to, I see everything. I can barely see hope. Okay, but I pretty much see all the rest of you guys. I'm not really looking at you, though. And the idea is that there's a feeling of being completely in this moment, the heavy, the grounded moment. there may very well be what's called the cessation of the fluctuation of the mind. A presence. And what I found is, I stay here with the eyes open for a little bit, and, you start to come back.